Hey, what's up, guys? This is Kimmerman from Kimmerman Gunpla Studio, and today I got the finished product of the Darkhorse 1/100 scale, the master grade copy for the Turn X Gundam, or the Concept X612 Turn X. And this is one of my favorite Gunpla models, and even the Gundam design in the show, which is designed by the late Seed Mead. I like the design because of the asymmetrical pattern, especially in the hands or the arms. So we got here the normal hands, and this kind of claw that looks like the pincer from the Zigok or something like that, which emit beam and whatsoever, fires some beam and beam saver effect parts, something like that. And what I find that I didn't notice before is there's this asymmetrical pattern on the legs, so I thought this would be symmetrical, but no, the armor parts are not the same in the pattern. So this is a very tall kit, by the way. So before we go with the review, let's have some quick size comparison with my other antagonist model kit, since this is an antagonist kit. So let's compare it with the Sinanju. So we got here the Sinanju master grade Verka from the band, and I got the other Sinanju here. By the way, this is the Sinanju Stein, and this is the Sinanju from Comet Industries, the garage kit design. So I was surprised that he's not that tall in terms of the height of the unicorn kits. So the Sinanju Stein here and this Sinanju are almost the same height with him, and this one is even a bit taller compared with the Turn X. So yeah, very nice. I like the color, by the way. It really complements with the other antagonist kit. Okay, so let's compare with the other Xeon kits that I have. This P Bandai Dodge. So it's smaller. Dodge is smaller than the Turn X. And how about if you compare it with the Zaku from Char Aznable? So this is the average master grade height. So Char Zaku is just on the torso level. The head height is on the torso level there. How about my favorite Gian, my favorite design of the Xeon kits? So this Gian here is still smaller or shorter than the Turn X. How about the Nightmare of Solomon, which is the Physalis? So Physalis is a bit shorter also than the Turn X, and I really like the appearance of antagonist kits, because they have this normal torso pattern, but in the legs they look edematous, so they have this gigantic legs. How about a smaller scale, 1/100 scale, but smaller size? So I got here the Vigna Zera. So Vigna Zera is smaller, of course, than the Turn X. Okay, so now let's go with the appearance of the kit. So the color is really nice. It's a mint green color, and it's not boring for me. I thought before that this kit would be boring, but even though there's no panel line, this kit still looked decent. because of this kind of monotonous style of color. It still look decent for this design. And the back armor, or the back backpack, is a bit odd and bizarre, but for me this is really unique. The back looks like a UFO with this kind of appearance. So I enjoyed the building process of this back because it's my first time, to be honest, to build this kind of design, not the traditional Gundam model. So the back looks good, and even though it's a bit back heavy, the kit can hold it on this pose. By the way, problems. Let's discuss first the problems. Kit has this kind of loose part or loose peg on the right arm, the peg here, and for the torso they got a very loose hinges. So what I did is I reinforced those hinges with pen, the glue pen, or the joint strengthening pen, to make it stand like this, because if the torso is very loose, it will really lean backward like that due to the heaviness of the backpack. And on this one, on the right arm, this is very loose, so I did the joint strengthening pen as well, because whenever I do this pose, it will go downward. So now I gave it a remedy to hold it on this pose. Okay. So let's go with the articulation. By the way, before I do that, I will remove first the backpack. So there's the backpack, a bit heavy. So this kit has a decent articulation. So we got the head like this, it can rotate like that, and the arms can move 360 degrees, can raise up like that up to this far, and it can extend. By the way, there's an arm extension there. Okay. Then the elbows can bend 90 degrees on the left arm, but here on the right arm it can bend a decent 180 degrees, almost like that. Okay. It can bend 180 degrees. Torso can rotate. There we go, it can rotate only like that. There's a minimal ab crunch, but instead there's a back leaning mechanism there, which is not good. That's why I did the joint strengthening technique on those peg inside. Okay. For the legs here, it can do some splits there, minimal split like that. Cannot do some Vandam split. It can kick forward up to this far. The feet is really nice. Okay. Kick backward up to that far without hindrance, because it doesn't have any butt flap, only this kind of front skirt. By the way, the front skirt can move. It's on ball joint, but it's very tight. So what I did is I sand those ball joint just to fit properly on the socket. So I will not play with that because I might break the peg that is connecting that there. Okay. So for the knees can bend, double bend like that, and while doing so you can see the armor here moving up and down as well whenever you bend knees. And the knees has this asymmetrical pattern as well. So the knee armor here does have this kind of design. Actually, I didn't put the sticker yet. And for this one, it does have this kind of design. So they're asymmetrical. Even in the thigh armor here has this kind of clear black part, whereas the right side doesn't have any. But this one is loose. This armor piece here, a bit loose. So there it can easily be removed. So I might as well put some glue there, because it's very annoying actually. So some parts here I did glue already because of those falling incidents. So this one also need to glue that. Here on the heel, this heel is very loose at first, so whenever I move it, it will pop off. That's why I did joint reinforcement on the peg inside there, so I will not try to remove that because this is already fixed and securely fitted, but it can still rotate there. But it's now hard to do because I did reinforce on that part. Okay. And there, it cannot be rotated anymore. Okay. And for the feet has this bizarre looking toes, so there it can do some tiptoes like that, and it can also rotate individually, so there it can rotate like that as well. And that's it, it's removed. So yeah, better try to put some joint strengthening pen there also, because it's very loose also. And here can open, this flaps can open, and underneath that flap can also open, but it's very hard to do because it's this one, the hinges there are very tight, so might as well don't move it because you might break those pegs. So there, this one can close like that, and this one is loose, but I don't like to glue that because if I do, I don't have the chance to remove that if there's a problem. So I will not glue this, I'll just leave it like this. Okay, so yeah, better open this one. Okay. For the armaments, so this kit has a ton of armaments that can be stored in the backpack, which is very nice. I'm very fascinated with model kits that can carry multiple armaments, so you can store it here on the backpack. So we got here 3 kinds of gun. So we got this pistol, we got this rifle, and we got the bazooka. So this odd looking bazooka. And by the way, we got here missile launcher as well. So there we got the missile launcher, which can be handheld or just attached on the backpack. So for me, it is much cooler if attached on the backpack instead of holding, because this one looks ugly if handheld. So there I did drill those handles for the Darling decal hand pegs. So I drilled these 3 handles, and for the pistol I drilled also the handle there, because this hand I changed to Darling decal hand. So Darling decal maybe can sponsor me sometime. So there, you can hold it like that. So I'll just remove first the hand, so it's connected in ball joint. Then just put some demo here. You can hold it like that. This is the peg there, and there we go. The hand can hold the rocket, and put on the arms again. There we go. You can hold the handheld rocket launcher. For the right hand, you need to pull it forward and gently open those claws like that, and that's it. It got this kind of odd looking pins here or claw there, which is much cooler compared with the Zigok claw. And at the center you can put this beam effect part, but I don't like to apply this. But anyway, you can put that on center to emit the stance that it can shoot beam or release the beam saber effect like that. So I don't like to use it because I don't like to display him like that. And there we go. Let's put those arms or armament on the backpack. So need to fold those handles like that and put this odd looking bazooka on this slot. That's the problem. This one is a bit loose. So yeah. Need to gently slide the bazooka like that. So I think this should be like this. There. And this rifle, we need to fold that handle and mine this structure here. Slide it here, just like that. And for the handgun, you can slot the handgun here. This hole there, you can slot it like this, or sorry, should be like that. There. And oops, this one is really annoying. This part here keeps on popping, so I might glue this after the review. So the handgun fell off, so I might just have him hold the handgun, by the way. Anyway, this is the Turnex Gundam from Darkhorse. So is it worth buying? For me, yes, if you're on tight budget, because the original Bandai Turnex is really expensive. So if you could try finding that in Shopee Philippines, it will cost you around 4,000 pesos. But this one, I just bought it around 1,600 from Mech Player, so this is very cheap. But the plastic quality is nice. Just be prepared on some modification, especially on the peg on the shoulders, right shoulder. Then for the front skirt and the heels, those two heels, and the torso. So that's the main problem on this kit. But other than that, all of the parts are fitting well. I forgot to say the backpack here, this part here keeps on popping off, but it's manageable. You can put some glue on that. So thank you for watching this review of the Darkhorse Turnex Gundam Master Grade copy from Bandai. See you next time. Oh, I forgot to introduce also the Cubile. So Cubile is shorter than the Turnex Gundam. So these are the bizarre looking model kits that I have.